Hello everyone and welcome to another One Punch Man the Strongest video. Today we are doing episode 8 of our basic series account review, and over here we have NecroZM from Server7. NecroZM, I believe he's a pilot because he's actually VIP 16 without any recharge at the moment, and on top of that he is rank 103 in the power ranking and rank 81 on the arena. So this one is not bad considering that he is a 103 in terms of power. However, I would say he's not doing too well since we only have 3 active clubs in the server. So generally he want to be inside the 90 BP ranking. So this one is his arena lineup. He's without the Juro core. So this one I'm not too sure on what happened. However, for this one I don't really like because he has 1, 2, 3 and 4 characters that requires SAC to be good. So generally I will actually suggest you to either put up your SAC on either CK or Tank Top. Then from there you replace either CK or Tank Top with the alloy instead. However, since you have the Goketsu and the Goketsu increase the shield rate for the Tank Top, so generally you actually want to replace your CK instead. So from there, only 1, 2, 3 of your characters requires SAC. So you put your alloy over here to actually help your backline to reduce the damage from the channels. Then from there, your tank top is shooting up for these 2 characters. So generally, this will be a better lineup instead. Next, we'll be going over his basic. So we'll start from the left side with his home training. So for his home training, I would say he's not doing too well in the sense that he has not maxed out his training hall. So what he wants to do is click on this train times 1, and from there he take a look at whether it's a positive outcome or not. So in this case, because his HP is already maxed and it's a -2 and attack is +1, defense is a +1. By right it's a neutral outcome, so we'll have to give up. However, because his HP is already maxed, you can straight away save it. And from there you take a look, +2, +1 and a -1, so it's a positive 2 outcome. So you go ahead and save it. So over time as you do this, your positive outcome will be more than your negative outcome. So over time you will actually max out your training hall. Then for this skill battle training, he has not started yet because he has not done his training hall. However, what you want to do is actually focus on only the attack and HP. Because generally as you level this up, you will realize that the negative outcome is more than the positive. So essentially you are not able to max out all 3 stats. So instead you focus on attack and HP. So as long as you see that the HP and attack is a positive outcome, you can go ahead and save it. This one is no issue. However, because you are 0 recharge, so I will actually suggest you to take some time to increase all these stats itself, so that you are able to compete with the rest of the players. Next, we'll be looking at your core. So your core is actually pretty decently leveled, and on top of that, you're using the meta core, so your Zombie, Deep Sea King, and Mosquito, Dr. Genus. Then for this Armai, because you're running the RMG, so in this case, you actually want him to increase your single attack rate and also Child Emperor to increase the extra damage. And on top of that, you actually need to clear out 2 special quests in a day. So for this one, I believe you done it yesterday night. However, you actually took up 2 level 3 quests, which is not okay. Generally, you want to take up 2 special quests. So essentially, every day you get 2 core supply tickets. I'll collect 1. So over here, you have this core supply ticket. So from there, every day you get 2. Then once it's rate up, you just draw for the cores to level up your cores even more. You'll realize that for this one, you actually need to press the refresh. Sometimes you have to press a 25 diamonds refresh. So for this one, I'll actually suggest you to do so because essentially you are using 25 diamonds to buy a 95 diamonds ticket. So it's definitely worth it, and on top of that, it increases your core level. Also for your core trials over here, you actually want to clear out all these core trials over here and also to purchase your all these soul and core. So you see which one you're lacking, then from there you purchase it. So over here you actually have 11,000 points itself, which is not okay. Generally you want to keep these points at about 4,000 or so. So if let's say you are not able to clear the core trials in time, you can actually still purchase out the core and soul that you need. So over time you actually raise the soul and core level, then from there you are able to raise your core level. Next we'll be going over his training center. So for his training center, it's not very okay in the sense that you have 3 grapplers, and also for this one you can actually choose which one you want. So generally I will actually suggest you to either take off CK or take off Koketsu. Then from there you add in another high tech. So you actually have a Metal Knight, so you can actually use Metal Knight to actually take up the high tech spot. So essentially you have 2 characters of each element, so Duelist, High Tech, Esper, and Grappler. So from there you are able to raise this skill training evenly. If we take a look over here, your Koketsu has level 15 skills, your CK has level 15 skills, your Karo has 15 skills. So if let's say you were to reverse one of them, you can evenly distribute out your Grappler skill books itself. Then also another thing I noticed is that you actually have some skill books unused. So generally I will actually suggest you to spend your skill books. Your skill books should not be able to level any of the skill levels. If let's say you are able to level any of the skill levels, then you might want to look into it. Generally you want to purchase out all these skill points using your gold, then from there you raise the skill levels of your characters, and from there you click on evolve to increase the skill limit. Then over time you can actually increase this skill training limit over here, and from there your training center characters are stronger, and also you are able to do better in the Club War itself, because Club War 2 and 3 is usually all your skill training characters. Another thing I noticed is that your skill expedition is actually full. So in this case you actually need to take some time to collect all these rewards itself. So once you collect it, as you can see over here, you can actually get 1 hero and monster core just from one stage itself. So if we look at another stage, if you collect it 3 times a day, so meaning to say every 8 hours, you will definitely be better than someone who has been collecting maybe once a day. Your cost will definitely be higher, and from there your purple stars will definitely be higher. So this is something to actually take note. And on top of that, I noticed that you have not been spending your stamina. So your stamina over at the top should never ever be full. So generally what you want to do, once you log in for the first time, you want to clear out your boss challenge over here. Then next you will be going over to, once you clear all the boss challenge, you can actually use the stamina to clear these heroic stages. So generally, okay, as of now you already have it maxed out for hero as well. Yeah, so what I'll suggest you to do is use your stamina to clear out all these normal stages, because you can actually get all these qualifications through the dailies itself. Yeah, so generally you want to use stamina over here and over here to increase the level of your characters. Then also for grapplers, just take note, you only need 2 grapplers. Next we'll be going over the talents. So for talents, generally you don't want to max out everything over here. Just do the minimum to actually unlock this sigil slot. So from there you are able to unlock the second page. So you do the talents for the second page, and also do the same thing, minimum, to unlock the talent sigil itself. Then from there you unlock the third stage, and just farm for the third stage. So for this first page itself, the point cap is at 800. So over at the top, if let's say you have 800 points, you won't be getting any points for this page. Then over here is 1,200. So you definitely want to max it out, do the minimum, then max it out, 1.2k, then you won't be getting any points for this page. Then once you have unlocked the page 3, farm all your talents on this page itself and unlock the last point over here. So once you have done the minimum to unlock the last point, then you max out depending on whether it's a DPS or it's a tank. So if it's a tank, just max out the HP nodes will do over here and over here. Then go back to this page and max out the HP node. Then from there you come back to this page and max out the HP nodes. Then if let's say it's a DPS, for example your RMG, So you want to do the minimum to one tap the last skill. Then from there you max out the attack and HP over here, and go back to the second page and max out the attack and the HP. Then go back to the first page and max out the attack and the HP. So why I would suggest you to do the minimum is because of these buff gears itself. So for talent farming, it will actually consume a lot of these vitality. So definitely you want to save up on your vitality and also to farm for these buff cards itself. You can farm for the buff cards inside the Conqueror challenge. Yeah, so definitely after you have, for this one is definitely not okay. Generally you want to clear the solo until you are able to reach the floor 15. And from there you call on either the clubmates or anyone else on the Discord server to actually help you with the floor 15 itself. So generally after you are able to clear the floor 15, then from there you are able to farm more of these buff gears. I'll say for floor 15 is definitely doable. Next we'll be looking at your resist invasion. So for your resist invasion, you are doing quite okay in the sense that you know that you're not able to get the last chest for the churro, then from there you move to the Goketsu instead. So this one is pretty okay. So every 20 days you are able to get one orange gear. So it will definitely help your team to get stronger over time. Another thing I noticed is that your SAC you have not been diligently purchasing it. So over here you actually have 21,000 points, and over here the SAC is not bought. So you definitely want to take some time to actually purchase out this SAC. So generally for 1 week of sweeping itself, you will be getting 4.2 thousand points. So 4.2 thousand points is definitely enough to purchase it. Then on top of that, every week you actually get some reward points over here. So you can actually use these points to actually purchase out the SAC over here. Then for your Apex itself, also same thing, you are not purchasing the SAC over here. So generally after you purchase out the SAC, you actually want to purchase the resist gears to increase the stats for your team and to make it stronger. Then also for World Disaster, this one you are doing pretty well in the sense that you are purchasing the SAC. So this one is pretty good. Next we'll be going over his SAC count. So as of now he has 537 SAC, which is pretty good. And on top of that, he actually put most of his SAC on his main characters. So his RMG, Garo and Goketsu. So for Goketsu wise, this one you can actually consider just removing all the SAC and putting it inside either the CK or the tank top. So he will have to choose one and put all his SAC inside. So essentially he only has RMG, Garo and one other tank, which I feel will be better. But overall I would say he has done quite a good job in focusing the SAC on these few units itself. So left with the Goketsu, CK and tank top, which I feel he's a bit confused lah, but I hope that he can either choose one of them, then from there focus on it. So overall, I would say it's pretty evenly distributed in the sense that the RMG have 181, Garo has 140, and later on have another one is around 150 as well. So this one is pretty okay. So last part we'll be talking about his PT drawing. So for now he has 102 tickets inside the inventory, so he will not be able to draw for the Churro rerun. Instead, I will actually suggest for drawing of the ATT for the DPS of the bomb core. And from there draw the bomb core, and on January draw for the Sonic, because at this moment you don't have any good duelist unit. Then from there draw for the Killwind. With the increased speed from the Sonic, you can actually stun off the opponent's 2 target. So from there your team is able to do damage, and also because of the stun target they are not able to damage you. So from there you don't actually need to be very tanky. So to sum up, you have to focus on your Garo and also CK or tank top. Then also use the training center to actually raise the characters that you're not using. Then from there, use the 0 SAC alloy to take up the 4th grappler slot. Also to skip the Churro core entirely, because currently you do not have the black tickets to draw for the rerun. Then on top of that, get the ATT and bomb, and do not gamble on this rerun Joro. Focus on the basics first and just wait for the next call. And also take note that you have to collect all these training center expeditions once every 8 hours. So you definitely want to do it to increase the hero and monster core inside the account, and so that you can gain more purple stars. And please take note, for training center you need to have 2 of each element. So just now when we checked, you actually have 3 grapplers and 1 high tech. So definitely take out one of the grappler and put in a Metal Knight inside there. And also to reverse any of the unused characters, meaning to say once you took out the grappler, be it for CK or tank top, you reverse the characters for the skill books and use all these skill books to raise the training center leader skills. So once you have, keep on purchasing the skill points. So from there you are able to raise the skill limits over time. Then also please take note to purchase the SAC from the various shops. So you have your Peak Arena, Apex, and World Disaster. And also home training, you have to actually put in effort to actually raise the home training itself to give more stats to the characters. And also for figurines, please check in once in a while to see whether you have any maxed out figurine. And also for cost, this one is very important. You will definitely want to refresh the home request one time if let's say you're not able to get all level 4 quests and 2 special quests. So these 25 diamonds will actually be very useful in the sense that 25 diamonds you purchase a 95 diamonds ticket. So over time you are able to go for a higher level core. So for closing notes, just fix the basics right now and don't worry too much on the PvP aspect. Just wait for the next call and you should be doing fine. So all in all, I feel that this is a somewhat mismanaged account. However, if let's say you were to follow all these tips in the video itself, I believe you actually climb your BP ranking and also arena ranking over time. So as of now, because you don't have the characters to climb, so I'll suggest you to just focus on the basics, don't worry about it too much, and from there after you draw for the bomb and also ATT, from there you'll be able to get, I believe, at least rank 50 inside the arena itself. So if let's say you found this video helpful, definitely like and also subscribe to the channel. With that, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.